top 3 athletes ever to walk the face of the earth.
Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Usain Bolt.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Bo Jackson.
I probably.
Bo Jackson. Michael Jordan. And 3.
LeBron. Dude, you cannot leave LeBron
Yeah,
off that
probably
list.
LeBron.
I like
Yeah.
that list, Colby.
It's a good list.
What?
What do you mean? What are you talking? You're going to throw some out.
No.
Phillip Rivers.
No, I'm going to go with the most, correct one. I'm going to say Messi,
What?
Bruce Jenner.
What did he say?
No, but actually,
When did he leave his prime?
Oh, what? 2015?
the prime left him. The prime left him.
I think I lost my mojo.
Deion Sanders might be a sleeper pick in there.
Oh, for sure. Nah, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to say Bruce Jenner.
You got me.
I don't even care about the top 3 athletes.
What the hell?
I'm about to throw up, bro.
Dude, you got to get your meds back in check. And
Bro.
Bad.
Okay, but I am going to
Dude,
go.
we're what, 5 minutes in?
I am going to
We're
go.
5 minutes in and we're already
gonna-
off topic. Jesus.
Bro, I want to hear why you were so
come on.
appalled by mine.
Because that just sounds like a little 8th grader. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and what'd you say?
That one fast
Usain
guy.
Bolt. Bro, you said
I don't know
Messi.
if Usain Bolt is
Guys, I'm
yeah,
saying
he's an athlete. I don't think he's the greatest top 3 athlete. He fucking runs
He's the best
fast.
fucking runner to ever live, bro. He's the best sprinter to ever live, ever.
So
LeBron
you're
James
saying-
is
Okay,
a
but
specimen.
Bruce Jenner is a decathlon or whatever they're called.
So you're saying
That's
Usain
every
Bolt,
Olympic sport in one.
You're saying Usain Bolt is a better athlete than Bo Jackson. That is ridiculous.
You could argue Michael Phelps.
That is stupid.
Yeah,
No.
Michael Phelps for sure on there.
No, there's
Well,
no
yeah,
way.
The most decorated Olympians, sure. Usain Bolt, sure. Michael
Are they
Phelps.
fantastic athletes? Yeah, they're not top 3. There's no way. Because a guy can swim fast and run fast, there's no way.
That is athlete.
What is the definition of an
I'm
athlete?
literally saying they're an athlete. They're not a top 3 athlete.
Why? Because
There's
they
no
don't
way.
make money. Just kidding. Anyways,
Because there's better athletes out there.
yeah, that's why I'm gonna go with Messi. Obvi.
How? Messi?
Bro,
how?
what do you mean how?
He kicks a ball. That's it.
And you're gonna,
Usain Bolt runs.
Yes.
He
What is the
runs.
definition of an athlete? If you can run fast, jump high, and lift a lot of weight.
So full of the. Say it with me. Cap.
Oh my God, he on X Games. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
They are so full of the cap, man.
2, 1.
Bye, have a great time.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Greenhouse Gas Podcast. JD Wessel, your host, along with Brooks Clark to my right. Tauber, you used to be my right-hand man over there, far chair. Got Tauber. And then Mr. Colby Gomez, owner of the house, king of the palace. Gentlemen, it's great to be back. Episode 3 already.
Wow.
crazy.
Look how far we've come.
We've come so far.
You guys ready for it, Brooks? You got the Alani. What flavor are you sparking up?
I went with the Breeze
You'll be a
That just reminded me. Was it Joel Embiid when he sat down? No, who was that?
Giannis.
Was that Giannis? He sat down and he was like, "Oh shit, oh shit, y'all can hear me."
Oh yeah, I
Who
think
was
that
Who
was
was
it.
that?
Jokic. No, I know
No.
what you're talking about though.
Kawhi Leonard.
No. I want to. I don't know who it was.
Well, JD, I like seeing you on the other chair over there. I really think we're the head of the table here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like the Oreo. Is that a real laugh?
Breathe. Breathe.
It got me thinking of Brooks talking. What? Talking about his top 3 athletes. Brooks, guys, before we get in, quick disclaimer. We're going to talk about a ton of good things. Disclaimer in a good way. We got NFL playoffs we're going to talk about. We got a little story about Rachaad White Kansas
sir.
City native, his journey to the NFL. And then later on, we're going to get into Colby Gomez and Brendan Tauber talking baseball. Tauber on the JUCO route, Colby on the Nebraska baseball playoff route. We're gonna get into a couple good stories. Tauber just finishing up some beans, just finishing up some dinner. Tauber, what did you have for dinner?
So I just had some beans with some shredded cheese on top.
What kind of beans?
With some ketchup.
What kind of beans?
Pinto beans.
Pinto beans?
Yeah.
No, you guys don't know they do like my coworkers. They'll be like, "Oh, just diving into my beans." Like, you know, they're old guys with some railroad background, like diving into beans, diving into my dinner.
That's definitely a UP inside joke there.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, anyways,
funny.
guys, be sure to follow the Instagram. Tauber, what's our Instagram tag?
We'll drop it in the link.
Greenhouse Gas Podcast. Guys, we still got that giveaway going away. We got, $50 Lululemon, $50 to Shields. Two winners announced. You got to follow the directions in the description. Brooks, you got more info on that or what?
February 1st.
I'm just holding up two.
Yeah,
Two winners.
Two winners, two special winners. Yeah, guys, we're going February 1st for the giveaway. Guys, be sure to follow the directions. Really easy. Just drop the follow, tag a couple people, and you can get entered. Big winner coming soon, guys. I'm excited.
Yeah, so I was watching Silo. I actually finished up Silo. Me and Kylie were watching it last night, and I was sitting there, my phone started blowing up, and I'm in like 4 group chats, so I was like, it's probably one of those. And I look,
Mr.
and I had like,
Oh, here
you're
we go.
in like all of them.
Here we go.
You're in all of them. No, but I was sitting there, I was like, what is going on? So I look at my phone, and I had like 15 comments from one person just blowing up my Instagram. It was good to see.
Good.
It was good
Keep
to see.
it up.
Tauber,
Keep it up.
Tauber, you still keeping up with the written?
I honestly haven't been keeping up. I sat down and cranked out the, what was it, like 360 or something like that, and now I got to get back after it. There's probably at least another 50 in there. So.
You got a wrist brace? Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Little bean coming back up.
The little bean
Oh,
dip.
man. All right, guys.
Sneaking back up.
Listen, NFL
my bean
playoffs.
dip.
We had a good weekend of playoffs. We had the Bucks, Lions that came down to the end. We had the Chiefs and the Bills. The nighttime game that was a good one. Colby, I know you're big on Josh Allen action.
Yep.
That was a heck of a game.
Led my fantasy team to, I believe, an 2-13 season, beating Tom in the championship.
He's special.
So thank you, Josh.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't even play him in the
Wait,
championship.
2-13?
Yeah, I
That
only
was his
won. I only
fantasy
won 2
football
games.
record.
That's my gosh.
Yeah, but didn't lose the league. Sorry, Dob.
What's the punishment?
The punishment is a beer mile. So
Beer mile.
Do you wanna
shotgun
elaborate
a beer,
on that? Okay.
run a lap, shotgun a beer,
Run another lap.
shotgun a beer, run a lap,
Run a lap.
and I believe one more shotgun and one more lap.
Run a lap.
That's right.
I think it's about 4
laps
and
around
a
the track.
quarter, no? Or
No,
is
it's
it
just 4 laps around the track. Around
It's
regular
straight up just
regulation
4?
track.
Yeah, regulation.
Do we think Millard West is an Olympic-size track?
No, we got a guy coming in from USSSA.
Yeah, he's gonna measure it.
Yeah.
He's actually going for a world record.
Why
of the quickest beer
USSSA?
mile.
He's just
It's just around the parts.
he's an official.
Do you think that's actually, is there a stat out there with the quickest beer mile, you think?
100%. I feel like the beer mile is like kind of not like a known thing, but like I feel like people fuck around and do it
Like
for no
Germans.
reason.
I'm sure Germans have a lot of beer miles.
Why do you think that?
Like after the Oktoberfest.
Do you think they do it on a track? Like go down to the local preschool down there and be like,
preschool? No, they got to do it just like in their clogs, in their.
Tauber,
mugs.
what's gonna be your beer? Or is that up to the group? Do you think?
I feel like we got to get him some raunchy. Like,
No.
Oh yeah, Four
See,
Locos.
this is what
Four
happens.
Locos.
This is what happens every year with fantasy football is they come up with the punishment. Our group comes up with the punishment, and it's set in stone. And then all of a sudden, I lose the
Yep.
league. And
2
all
years
of
in
a
a row.
sudden,
He's ran it back 2 years in a row.
it has been 2 years in a row, 3 years into streak. And then all of a sudden, so it's like, okay, at first it's the beer mile with good effort, and now it's, beer mile? Guess what? You're drinking Guinness. You have to shotgun 2 before. You have to do it naked. or like just some
Whoa,
wild
whoa,
rules. Is
whoa.
how
I think
they-
you
And
added that one
afraid.
just now. You just added that one, Tauber.
I feel like you want
I
to
think we
run it naked.
Jesus.
I mean, it'd make it more interesting. But
It could.
I'd pay to watch
as long
it.
as it's warm out, because
Yeah,
if it's
doing-
cold out,
Yeah, but doing that at a school might doing that at a school might just get you locked up.
oh,
You'll
my
be hanging out
God.
with
Well,
Michael.
we can't even- there's
You'll be
no way
hanging
we
out with
can-
Michael Tauber.
oh no,
That's all I gotta say.
no, dude, I don't even think we can do it at a school because
there's no way
I
you
can't
can
be
drink it.
shotgunning
Yeah.
beers.
Yeah, you can only do it once.
True.
Yeah, I
you
mean-
could do it once.
You can do it once,
Yeah,
and that's
true.
you know.
I mean, if
You'll
they
be
want
locked
good
up.
effort, put the cops behind me and I'll be running.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll think about it. All
Just
right.
kidding.
So Josh Allen, that was a long story, but
We always do that, dude. We always just
We love
tangent
it.
off.
We
I
love
love
it.
that. All right. Anyway, here we go.
Okay, so we got Bucks, Lions, good game. You got Chiefs, Bills. You had the Ravens, Texans. That one kind of got out of hand, but like the first half was nailed to nail. I mean, that was wire to wire first half.
Good football.
Nail to nail.
What do you think? Game of the week. Which one takes game of the week?
And then last one, 49ers and Packers. That's my game of the week.
Really?
Game of the week.
It's either that or people are probably gonna say it was the Bills Chiefs, but I seriously think the Packers was like Packers 49ers top tier game.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite games to watch all year.
Dude, and it was like the underdog Packers, like going into that. I remember that in the podcast, we literally said, okay, so we're going to skip over this one.
Mm-hmm.
For that whole game, up until the last couple minutes of the fourth quarter, I was like,
Looked like the Packers had it.
man.
It looked like they had it for a little bit. I thought they were gonna pull it out. I mean, one stop on defense, like I'd bet on that.
On pulling it out?
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
I'm a dad.
No, but in that game, dude, the Packers proved that they are. First off, Matt LaFleur, he's a hell of a coach. Like his stats in January showing he doesn't lose a game in January, or it'd be December.
Yeah.
In December, like leading up to the playoffs, his record was like undefeated up until this year. But man, the Packers, they got some young guys, they got some talented guys. I like their receiving core coming up.
Romeo Dobbs.
Romeo Dobbs.
He's on the squad.
I like Devontae Wicks. Or Dontavian Wicks, I
I'm
think
not
is how you
actually
say
sure.
it.
D.
I'm
Wicks.
not familiar.
He's like their wide receiver 3. You got a couple good tight ends that just came in. Dude, they got a young team, and they got Jordan Love.
They're
Dog.
dude. The
Looking
Packers.
good.
Dog.
The
Yeah.
Packers know how to draft a quarterback, man.
They do.
I mean,
I know Jordan Love.
Who was who was the backup before
Go Aggies.
Love? Like who's before Love? Who's the backup? Like
I
it was
wanna
Rodgers.
say,
Who's Rodgers' backup?
Brooks, I know
Before
you're going to
Love.
say something really out of pocket.
No,
you're going to
no,
say
no.
like Brett Favre
I was
or
going
something
to.
stupid.
No, I wasn't going to.
I don't know. Is he
I
still in the league?
I
or
don't remember.
You just
I'm
Mason
just
Crosby.
curious. I don't even remember.
I don't remember because I remember A-Rod
See a
just
kicker.
running the whole show, you know?
Yeah, true. You
Yeah.
never really heard about anything else.
But no, Jordan Love, he was under
Let's just look it up.
A-Rod for 2 seasons? This would be his
2 seasons. This is
Yeah. No, yeah, and I mean, dude, that whole game, you got Debo that went out. You got the 49ers, Chase Young went out of the game, I think. Pretty sure he left the game dude, their defense is just star-studded, but the Packers still found a way to put up 21 points.
yeah.
I'm impressed. And I think the reason you look at game of the week is like the
Tim
49ers.
Tim Boyle was the
Tim
backup
Boyle.
quarterback of Aaron Rodgers.
Anything to note with that, or
Nope.
Well, that's actually I have no idea who that is, but
I don't know.
I think Tim Boyle, he played for the Jets
Yeah, I
and
was
the
gonna
Broncos.
say Jets make a move for quarterback, signing Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers.
Tim
for
Boyle played this
backup.
season, I think,
Boyle.
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because the Jets have had like 6 different quarterbacks after Aaron Rodgers went down. Okay.
Oh, Brett Hundley, the Utah quarterback.
Oh,
No, it
Of
really
course,
was.
of
No, it
course.
really
Another
was.
guy
Of course.
from Utah.
he knew the whole time.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
just sitting
Oh,
on
yeah.
it.
No,
Let's
that's-
just look it up.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right, guys, going into this next week, you got a couple different. You got the Lions versus the 49ers, and then you got the Ravens versus the Chiefs. What game out of AFC or NFC you guys think is going to deliver the most? What are you most excited for? Who do you think's going to be headlining that Super Bowl, gentlemen?
Dude, I think I'm excited to watch the 49ers and the Lions play each other. I think the Lions are America's team right now. I'm definitely rooting for them. I'm also kind of hopping on the Ravens bandwagon. I think they're fun to watch. I think the way that they put their squad together is like perfect for them.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Dude,
like,
they got the smash mouth offense. Like, just we're going to run the ball straight through your freaking face.
Yeah. 100%.
And they're without probably their best player, or I guess one of their best players, Andrews, their best
Mark
tight
Andrews,
end.
yeah.
Dude,
he's been out.
I don't know if I agree with that because Isaiah Likely's kind of a dog.
He is.
He's good.
Like, don't get me wrong, Mark Andrews is obviously one of the top tight ends in the NFL, but I think ever since he's gotten hurt and Isaiah Likely's getting more snaps and obviously starting now, I think the Ravens shouldn't be worried about Mark Andrews, in my opinion.
No, and I think if you bring him in, because I know he practiced last week, like he's a full participant. Obviously, you're not just going to throw him right into the mix of the playoffs, but I like what you said, Todd. You get Isaiah Likely, maybe even a Mark Andrews mix of like 2-3 tight end set.
Definitely.
Dogs. Absolute dog. I mean, you could have Isaiah Likely or Mark Andrews in the wide receiver, in like a wide receiver package.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I like what they do, like smash mouth offense, and then on the defensive side, you just got a ton of dogs, man. And that
dog.
That I think their defense start to finish this season has probably been the most impressive out of the 4 teams left. I like the Lions defense. I like the Chiefs defense. 49ers defense, they got the names. I don't know so much the execution so far this year.
Okay.
I feel like now that you said that, they're just gonna go crazy with like 4 picks and whatever. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that the Chiefs always do.
Yeah.
Like, the Bills should have won that game. Chiefs obviously pull it out. Like, they always do shit like that.
Yeah.
Always.
I think on the note with the Lions going into that 49ers game, I think coming into the playoffs, I was thinking, the 49ers haven't played like out of their minds this season, but they have just enough raw talent that makes you look at them and say, like, how's this team not going to at least make the Super Bowl, if not just win the whole damn thing? But, like, seeing how they played with the Packers this last week and kind of the momentum the Lions are riding, winning 2 of those home games coming into this game. Dude, the Lions have so many weapons that can kind of it could put them over the edge. I mean,
like
Laporta,
AFC, no matter what, will win the Super Bowl.
Chiefs or Ravens?
Yes.
I hope it's the 49ers and Ravens.
Do you think the NFC is like
garbage,
kind of soft this year?
Aren't they every year? Like, when's the last time NFC won it all? The Rams?
Yeah.
And when was that?
That was what, 2020?
2020?
Yeah, like
21?
2 years ago.
Yeah. That would have been
2 years ago.
2020.
2 years.
ago?
They beat the Bengals, yeah.
Yeah, in 2020. No.
Dude, the
2020.
NFC always like
2021.
this year you had the Cowboys and the Eagles like just riding high, looking good the first 10 weeks of the season. The Eagles are 10-1.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas had the game against the Cardinals where they got shit on early in the season and you were kind of eh. But then Dallas goes and drops 50 points on half the other teams in the road to the playoffs. And then they come to the playoffs and absolutely
Shit a
crap
brick.
the bed.
I think it's so funny, though, watching all the Cowboys fans, Instagram stories.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, this is our year. Dak's not choking. And then as soon as the game's at, halftime, they're all posting, this is ridiculous. I knew this was going to happen. Happens every year. Yeah, refs. See you later.
Deflategate.
Jerry Jones is getting rid of everybody kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
I love seeing that because I hate the Cowboys. I hate them.
Why?
I don't know, dude. They're just one of those teams, like the Yankees. I know you're a Yankees fan, but
Like you say,
Honestly,
you say they're America's team, but really it's the
They're
team
not.
America hates.
exactly.
Yeah. In talks of Detroit and the Bucks game, did you guys see that finish with Todd Bowles not taking a timeout towards the end
I
of the game?
saw that. Interesting.
Dude, that was
actually really
They would have
weird.
had how much time? About
30 seconds.
I think it was 30-ish seconds.
Yeah,
but
like
that was
30
wild.
to 40 seconds.
That was
30
actually
to 40
wild.
seconds. So Bucks are down 31-23.
Yeah.
They get it to 4th down, and they let the clock run out. They had 1 timeout left. There would have been a full clock left. So they would have either had to punt the ball or kick the field goal. They end up just letting it run out.
Just letting it go.
And the weird thing is the Lions just kneeled it. They didn't even run plays. They just kneeled the ball. Almost was the clock off on TV?
Well, where were the Lions? Where in the field?
They were field goal range.
Yeah, because I saw they would have just kicked the field goal, but then it's
but
they might have missed.
They missed, and they're at good field position.
Dude, and I think
it
would have.
It could happen.
That would have been crazy.
30 to
I feel
40 seconds.
Baker,
a lot can happen.
I feel like Baker would be one of those crazy plays and score a touchdown.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah,
but I guess, and we'll never know.
Touchdown.
But it is very weird that no one on the staff, no one on the field, even I don't know if they didn't see it or they were just if Vegas was let it go.
No, literally.
Dude, I saw
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, I saw a video. It's what people imagine teams on the sideline are looking at, and it's coach gets a call on the phone. It's hey man, yeah, how about we just go ahead and not run that play? We need you to cover.
yeah.
It's bro, yeah, right. No,
Probably
but
not. That probably did.
dude, that was crazy. That I was just really confused watching it back. And my only thought would be, was there not as much time on the actual clock as TV was saying there was?
Yeah, that is another thing because you never know if they were just off because I've seen it where points get put on the board and they're oh shit, and then they take it off really quick. I guarantee it's the same thing with time, but it's just shocking that nobody caught it. And I wonder if after the game when they saw it, if they were oh shit, that. There's heart.
Now and again, the odds of you're on the road in Detroit, crazy ass crowd. You got 30 seconds. I mean, what are the odds? But I mean, we've had you remember when Stephon Diggs had the Minneapolis Miracle, and dude, you never really know.
Yeah.
You never really know.
That play was
happen.
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that back and I'm how do you miss that
Does it
tackle?
not give you chills?
That was Taysom Hill.
Watching
He
that
missed
shit every
tackle.
time. I know you're a Steelers fan, but
Shout out the Steelers.
dude, watching just sports moments like that just give you chills. Just thinking of being in that moment or even being Stephon Diggs.
Dude, that's when Minnesota was filling the malls and they were doing the
Skull.
That's probably
Skull.
that's easily
Skull.
100% my
Skull.
favorite chant.
Skull.
Literally, that chant is so cool.
Yeah.
That is
the
pretty
big
cool.
drum.
Oh yeah.
So JD, there's a story you got for us.
Oh yeah.
About-
Speaking of the Bucks.
Yeah, there's a story I wanna have you dive into it. I'm actually really curious. To
Okay. So
know
do you
the
guys look
whole-
into it? This is the story Rachaad White for the people at home. Rachaad White, Kansas City, Missouri native. I don't know how or why this came up. Topper, we were at Topgolf
Mm-hmm.
doing that fundraiser.
Freezing cold.
By the way, new hat. 2 new hats.
Is that new
in
hat?
a 58 degree. No, this is
Oh.
a different one.
I was gonna say I like that. Is that Vortex?
Vortex, yeah.
Vortex, nice.
But the ones I got were, it looks like Bad Birdie. But
It does, yeah.
It's Adidas. Adidas is knocking them off. But yeah, we won a couple things. That was a fun little event, Tom.
That was electric, dude. We had you and Grant both won something from the raffle. That was pretty elite. But it was freezing.
It was freezing.
It was probably it was under 20 degrees, wasn't it? And the wind was howling.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
I think it was 15.
It was not good golf.
Dude, and it
play.
was weird the way the Topgolf is set up, the wind was blowing this way, but it
Right
would
to left.
funnel back into the actual Topgolf.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just absolutely
Did they have
freezing.
any heaters in there?
They do.
Yeah,
but
it didn't do
But it didn't
anything.
do anything.
It was just so windy.
But it's
But hey-
20 degrees. What
Nothing beats golf, man.
Yeah.
Nothing
Nothing,
beats
dude.
golf. Okay, to get into it, Rachaad White story. I think it just came up as we were watching the rest of that game. Rachaad White, Kansas City native. He's got a heck of a story, guys. So growing up, the reason I want to bring it up first year of college, he went to Kearney, Nebraska, which is just absolutely insane to me. One, that he went to Kearney, Nebraska from Kansas City, which I guess isn't too crazy, but the fact that this guy made it all the way to the NFL and Kearney, Nebraska hasn't promoted this guy or shouted him out or anything.
Yeah.
So here's the backstory. Rachaad White grew up in Kansas City, Missouri. He attended it's Center High School is what it's called. So it's a smaller Class 3A high school. He was a dog of a running back. No crazy offers coming out of college. And it was one of those things like he didn't really know if he could afford it unless he was going to get a scholarship of some sort. His senior season, he was actually All-State, first class All-State, and rushed for over 2,000 all-purpose yards. So this guy, I mean, he could fill up the stat sheet. I mean, we always have you always have those guys that are like absolute dogs in high school. I'm trying to think of a couple names from Nebraska, like guys that could really, just fill up the stats, but are they really a college type running back, wide receiver, point guard, whatnot?
Sure.
Moses Bryant?
Yeah, I mean, he was a dog. He was an absolute dog. In the way, he went to Nebraska. Yeah. Rachaad White, though, so growing up, he didn't really know where he was going to go, but he decided on Nebraska Kearney, which is, for those that don't know, Division II school. And this was in 2017 is when he committed and went to Nebraska Kearney. That summer of 2016, his brother, who was 22 at the time, actually got shot. And his mom actually said he had a 6% chance to make it. He ended up making it, surviving.
Full recovery?
From what I know, full recovery. He ended up surviving, and reason I bring that up is that was kind of the reason, I guess, Rachaad wanted to get away from Kansas City. From what I was told by one of my buddy Garrett, he actually said Center High School is like downtown Kansas City, so not necessarily the most wealthy, nicest area. Again, a smaller type school. He wanted to get out of there. He went to Nebraska Kearney. And reading some of these articles, it actually said, so his freshman year, he was redshirted for Nebraska Kearney, and his name was Little Le'Veon.
Like Le'Veon Bell?
Le'Veon Bell. That's why they called him. That's why they called him Little Le'Veon, is because he was like a little Le'Veon Bell. And at the time, I mean, Le'Veon Bell was an absolute dog.
Yeah.
Absolute
patient in the hole.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, they compared him. They compared him to Le'Veon Bell, and the story also goes on to say like his teammates knew the day he came onto campus, like he was an absolute dog. Like they called him the Le'Veon Bell at practice. Like this guy would go and show up all the other running backs. Supposedly.
You talking about practice?
I'm talking about practice, brother. I ain't talking about the game. I'm talking about practice. Talking about practice. So the thing with him, he didn't play any games his redshirt year. He ended up going into the off season and actually went to San Antonio College, which is just outside of Los Angeles, California. So a whole new scene. You go from the cornfields in Nebraska and Kearney, Nebraska, to Los Angeles, California, being right outside of there. When he went there, he actually kind of tore it up. So he was there for just one season. It was a JUCO. Top, this might hit home. This might hit home, brother. You might need to look into San Antonio, see if they got any eligibility left.
I do. This is my last semester of eligibility, so I might. You know what? What's the coach's number?
Yeah. So he goes there, tears it up. In just 11 games, he recorded 1,200 yards, over 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns, and per game he averaged 115 yards. So clearly he was a stud. He proved himself. Ended up getting a scholarship to Arizona State. So he goes from Los Angeles. So the timeline would be 2018. He went to Arizona State in 2020 because he played 2 years at Arizona State.
So, like, that was Brandon Ayuk
Yeah.
and, like, Jaden Daniels.
Team full of dogs.
Jeez.
Yeah. So he comes in 2020 to Arizona State, and he only plays 4 games.
Wow.
But in those 4 games, out of 42 attempts, he had 420 rushing yards.
Holy
So he averaged
cow.
10 yards a carry on only 4 games played.
Damn.
He had 5 touchdowns in that span. So then
Damn.
obviously, he's the starter for next season. 2021 season, he plays 11 games and runs for 1,000 yards. So not out of the world, but he was a damn good running back. He averaged 5.5 yards a carry, and he had 15 touchdowns. So think of like that touchdown to carry rate. He had 182 attempts, and he had 15 touchdowns, which
That's pretty good.
that dude's filling it up. So yeah, Arizona State, he caught a lot of attention, and that was his final season. And he eventually went on to play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and came in behind Leonard Fournette at the time. So this was like, he would have been drafted with Tom Brady, Leonard Fournette, all the dogs on the Bucs, like when they went and won the Super Bowl.
And
and
last year was his rookie year or the year before?
So last year would have been his rookie year because now Leonard Fournette gone.
Mm-hmm.
He's the lead back for Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Where's Leonard Fournette?
He's a guy.
Lenny's on the free agent list.
Was he on your team?
No. JD tried to trade him.
Yeah.
Tried to give him to me as like a little
Little
pity.
pick me up.
Yep.
No, I was like a little pity. Just don't want him on my team anymore. You can have him.
Mm-hmm.
And almost took it.
Yeah. So Lenny's a free agent now. He was with the Bills practice squad, but they cut him. The thing about the story here that I actually forgot to mention, I'll mention it now. When he went to San Antonio College, the story says that him and 10 other teammates all shared the same apartment.
What?
That is insane.
And they all lived on the floor and just made ends meet, like, all together, living in this apartment.
Like a football frat?
Bro, that's
Kinda,
the
yeah.
that's the grind.
That's
like,
the grind.
That is literally the grind.
Yeah, that's what I had to do.
The absolute grind.
That is the most JUCO shit I've ever
Yeah.
heard in my entire life. And I went to JUCO for 3 years.
And dude,
Hold on. You said he was in L.A.
He was in LA, so
the rent
the
is
rent.
probably
Yes.
ridiculous.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, and so Rachaad's mom, Rochelle, actually said, like, she was totally against him going and playing out there in Los Angeles, especially with how expensive everything is. And she said, tried to talk him out of it, and he said he'd pay for it on his own. So along with balling out in college ball, he was also working, he worked at the Coachella Music Festival. Dude, that was his job. He worked at Coachella Music Festival. The story also said he met Todd Gurley, who at the time was the Rams running back.
TG3.
Yep. And that was when they went to the Super Bowl and all that. So, like, I think all of it just kind of played into him eventually finding his footing, getting to the NFL. Kind of a crazy story. Like, the guy goes Nebraska, Kearney, over to Los Angeles, like, big city. The dude's living on a floor, and now he's probably your running back number 1 on your fantasy team.
Yeah.
And probably the running back of the future for the Bucs.
Dude, I mean, even his first year on the Bucs, he was pretty much taking carries from Leonard Fournette. Like, halfway through the year, he was almost, if not, I think he was running back 1. I know he was more of, like, their passing game running back, but I think they started handing off the ball to him, and they're like, dude, what are we doing? Like, why are we playing Leonard Fournette?
This guy can ball,
Yeah, this guy's a stud. But that is super crazy that he goes to Nebraska, or he went to Nebraska, Kearney. Like,
I know. I was taken by surprise. I was like, dude.
Wait, what year would that have been?
2017 is when he went to college.
Oh, that's crazy.
that's a
I was just trying to think, like,
Jesus.
did anyone from Northwest go to Kearney? Oh,
A
that would have
lot
been
of
like
people.
that would have been like
Yeah.
Quinn Brummer. Remember
and
him?
like Andrew Jaska. I think I'm saying that right.
Oh, they probably know him.
Yep. They probably met that boy.
You think we could get him on the pod?
We probably could. No,
Dude, that
Give it a shot. Why not?
no, dude,
that's
he's from
actually
Kansas City.
insane.
He's got connections. His brother went to Northwest Missouri State.
Did he play football too?
No,
He didn't.
not that I know of. Take a look at this. This is what I found to be even crazier. Is the draft class of 2022. The draft class that he was a part of, coming from, I love to just say it, Nebraska Kearney
Yeah.
to playing for the Bucks. Listen to the guys that are on this list. Here's your second round picks. You got Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, James Cook, Brian Robinson Jr., Rachaad White was a third round pick, so he went under all those guys. And then going into the fourth round to wrap off the rest of the guys, Dameon Pierce, Zamir White, Jerome Ford, Kyron Williams, Ty Chandler, and Tyler Algier.
That just goes to show that
Dude.
it doesn't matter where you're drafted, as long as you got a shot.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. As long as you get one shot, you actually take advantage of it. And obviously you did, because he's a dog.
If you had
One
shot. One opportunity.
Would you let it slip?
shot, everything was
Well, dude, even to just live in an apartment with 10 guys for a full year,
Dude, I know.
sleeping on the floor, I don't know.
That's got to
I
be a
got
little.
tired of my 3 other roommates.
That's gotta be
let
little-
alone
little gay.
if I had 9 other roommates. And I'm assuming this place wasn't the biggest.
No.
I'm assuming they were
I mean, it said it was an
pretty
apartment.
tight. Yeah.
So,
Man,
yeah, that's crazy.
that's wild. Good for him though.
Yeah.
gay.
The thing about all those running backs, the reason I mention them, they all started in some way this year.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking of for example, Zamir White got some playing time for the Raiders. He's only been in the league so many years. This is going on year 2 now.
Zamir White's he's really good too. When he got his opportunity,
Dude, yeah, they gotta mix it.
Did you see that interview with him? And he's talking about his off season.
Yeah,
Did you get a chance to watch that? Have you guys seen that?
I don't think I've seen that.
He's a character,
dude,
man.
It's so cool. He grew up on a farm, right? And he's kind of, it was a farm, right?
I think you're right. Yeah.
And he's talking
was
about
a
his
ranch.
off season.
Was it a ranch?
I don't know.
Yeah. Have you not seen the interview? You should give it a go.
I don't even know who Zamir White is.
Running back for the Raiders, as we were just talking about.
Yeah, but he's dude, he in his interview or press conference, whatever, they're asking him questions, and he's got a little bit of an accent. He's like, okay, yes sir, and everyone's like, this is the most polite guy we've ever met.
Yep.
And it's, I don't know, I think running backs are they have the best personality in the NFL, I think, because you got your quarterbacks, and they have to be the guys that are
They got to be the team leader.
you know, this win goes to the lineman.
Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, and then you just
guy.
got running backs, and they're just there, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The wide receivers are kind of the divas of the team, as you know. That's stereotypical. That's how it is for them. But running backs, they're just kind of their own character.
Mm-hmm.
They're their own character.
Oh, yeah.
And I love it. And Zamir White, he might be my favorite personality in the NFL, for sure.
Dude, that's last guy on the list. I left him off for a reason. 7th round pick to the Kansas City Chiefs, Isaiah Pacheco. Dude, are you kidding me?
Where'd he go to college at?
Rutgers.
Rutgers.
Just
He needs a bigger helmet.
running
dude.
all over the Big Ten.
Running. Have you ever seen him run, Colby?
I was running.
He runs with
Every
runs with
muscle,
passion.
every bone in the body.
Yeah.
God, he's awesome.
I love seeing the memes of just someone running crazy in a Walmart, and then they're just Isaiah Pacheco when they're up 50 and they need or it's 1st and 10, you know, just something like that. I love those.
Dude, that's awesome.
Dude never stops churning.
Last quote to end this segment here about Rachaad White. His mother, Rochelle. I'm just proud of him. He didn't give up. He knew what he wanted. So, guys, I think good quote that'll just sum up that story. Just follow the dreams, man.
Yeah.
Follow the dreams. And, Tauber, that brings me into the next exciting topic. Speaking of the JUCO route for Rachaad White, let's hear about the Brendan Tauber route.
So, yeah, man, I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into the story that I kind of touched on last podcast.
Did your mom never tell you to follow your dreams at JUCO? Like Rachaad White's mom?
That's fucked up, dude.
So yeah, anyway, I wanted to dive into the story that No, my mom believed in me. Actually, I take that back. When we went on my visit, this is a different story, but when I went on my visit, we left. My mom was like, "No way, you want to go there, right?" And I was like, "I think I'm gonna commit."
Are you serious?
Dude, serious. I don't know.
Ballsy.
I really wish you guys could have seen Pratt, because it is in the middle of nowhere. You're just driving, and then there's all of a sudden a town, and then you drive 3 more minutes, and you're back in the middle of nowhere.
Tauber, how would you compare it to Maryville? Like smaller?
Dude, like cut Maryville, a fourth of Maryville, probably. Like
really?
Yeah.
Do
like
you know
what
the population was? Like
the population of Pratt is 7,000.
Nice.
And it's like scattered 7,000, like farmland. The city, like you can't even call it the metro area, but like the metro area of Pratt is tiny. I think my graduating class at Pratt was maybe 250 people.
Oh my god,
maybe.
Dude, that's
tiny.
not even Millard West.
I know.
That's close to
it was a
Millard.
total dude. It was a culture shock. I showed up and I was like,
so everyone knew everyone.
Everyone knew everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone knew what everyone was doing at all times.
Dude, that's even how Northwest was. And Northwest is, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you're in Pratt, Kansas, there's about 4 places you could be.
Oh, yeah.
And one of them burned down. I'm not even kidding.
One of the 4 places?
There's like 2 restaurants that you could have gone to, Woody's and Legends, and Woody's was so good, dude. They had the best mozzarella sticks ever, but it burned down. And there's
because
actually
it was made out of wood. Bad name.
Well, hey, what was the?
Bad name.
I have 2 questions before you get into your story here.
All right.
What was the one grocery store to go to, and what was the size of it? Was it like a neighborhood Walmart?
Well, we did have a Walmart. We did have a Walmart.
Full-sized Walmart?
Full-size Walmart.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, full-size Walmart.
Respect.
They had clothing in there, so
Respect.
that's how you know they're full-size. But I think I'm trying to think if they had a Dillon's or not. And if you guys don't know what Dillon's is, it's like the bakers of Kansas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember if they had one.
I don't even go to Baker's as is, so.
Yeah.
You lost me at
Are you a Hy-Vee guy?
Hy-Vee, Aldi.
Aldi,
Give me Aldi.
You go from Hy-Vee to Aldi?
I do both.
Wow. That is like going...
Brooks, me and you live right down the street from Aldi.
No,
and you can get your produce for half the
Aldi.
price.
There's an Aldi right over here.
Hate.
On my place, we stopped there. They got like $3 wine that actually isn't horrible.
That's
a Grinch
the
quote.
owl wine.
Yeah. Like Night Owl or I don't know what it is, something like that. It's pretty good though.
So Tauber, speaking of alcohol,
trash.
Tauber, right? It sounds like you got something to confess.
Yeah, so I kind of touched on it at the I'm pretty sure it was at the end of our last podcast. Just about drinking in the dugout. And I said, "Hey, Coach Reller, we were actually drinking in the dugout. We weren't just vaping." And I actually texted my coach and I sent him the podcast and I was like, "You got to give this a listen." And he loved it, dude. He loved it. And so I was like, I'm going to dive into it a little bit next pod, but it's a pretty cool story. And here we go. So it all starts like this. I'm in the Pratt dorms and me and my roommates are just playing video games, having a pretty much normal night. And I was like, we should go drink a beer in our dugout. So me and 2 of my other roommates are like, yeah, let's do it. But one of my roommates, Colt, is like, nah, dude, I'm not doing it. I have a weird feeling. And instantly when he said that, I kind of got flashbacks to Brooks because
I was just about to say
I knew you were thinking it, dude. I knew you were thinking it. Because just a little sidetrack, we went bridge jumping one time and Brooks is like, I'm not doing it, dude. I have a bad feeling. And so, of course, you sketched out everyone else. We jumped like one time and dipped out. But
we saw a cop.
I was there.
We did see a cop. Yeah, we did see a cop. So anyway, speaking of cops.
Over by Warner Park?
Yes, over by
Shout out Warner Park.
Prairie
Dude.
Queen.
If you know that bridge, you know it.
Yeah, you do. Those were some elite memories.
Yeah, that was fun.
So anyway, he's like, I'm not doing it, man. I just got a bad feeling about it. And I'm like, whatever, man. Stay here, play your video games. We're going to go have a beer in the dugout. So we walk over and we're drinking. And the baseball field is literally right next to our school building. And there's a car over there that's kind of parked weirdly. And we were like, all right, whatever. Like, they probably don't see us. And we're sitting there, we're drinking. And then just randomly, one of my roommates goes, hey, if someone shows up, I think we should all agree to just take off running and we'll meet back in the dorm later. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever, dude. Like, no one's coming. Not even 2 minutes later, you just see these like headlights from a car shine across the field. So we're kind of like, what the hell? So we kind of like stand up and we're like just waiting to see what happens. And our security guard comes around the corner and he looks at us and he goes, what are you guys doing? And it was like a cartoon where everyone kind of like looks at each other a little bit and takes off, dude. We bolted. And the way our field is set up is it was our dugout, and then there's a gate at the end of the dugout. But right at that gate, our field was so bad that it was just like when it rained, that little dirt area was just straight mud. And so we're running and we get to the mud and we're like slipping and falling. And meantime, our security guard is yelling at us, don't run, get back here, don't run. And we're like, hell no, fuck you. And we're just running, dude. Like he didn't just totally see who we were.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I take off and I run straight left as soon as I get out of the gate. My other buddy goes straight out of the gate and my other buddy goes straight right. So we full on split up.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, dude, I can't go straight back to my dorm because he's probably going to go back and watch the cameras. That's how it was at JUCO. The security guards were so bored that they would just sit there and watch the cameras. So I'm like, okay, like I gotta wait this out a little bit. Well, we had a lineman area where they would go practice, like climbing the poles and everything. And so I head straight that way. And
A lineman?
Yeah, like a lineman.
Like what Easton Young does.
They practice at Pratt?
Yeah, dude. It's like
It's a lineman school, bro.
Tradesman,
dude, yes.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing at Pratt. I think
laugh
that's what we're
about
known
it,
for.
Bro, that's like legit.
That's what we're
No,
that's what
a
we're known for.
legit job.
We weren't really known for sports.
He's a
We
city boy.
weren't-
He's a city boy. Don't
Were
pay
they
too much mind.
Were they D1?
The linemen, yeah, probably.
Dang.
They thought they were, dude. They thought they were the shit on campus
That's actually
with their
so
boots
funny.
and cowboy
Bro,
hats.
they kept you powered up.
Oh, they did. We almost fought them. The baseball team almost fought them one time.
Talbot,
actually.
here's my question. Did you get when you like run from something or someone, you guys get like that butterfly feeling like,
Oh,
it's go
dude.
time.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you
You,
have
like,
like
lock in.
an extra 5 miles per hour on that run.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
And tell me this. You said like you guys were like saying like fuck you dude, like running.
Yeah.
Is that not just like something about getting like that adrenaline going and like that dude did nothing wrong. He's doing his job. He's like, dude, someone's breaking into the ball field.
He probably
But
wouldn't even
there's
have
just
cared.
something about like running away and just being like, fuck you.
Yeah. Just getting in your last licks.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
yes.
like the guy did nothing wrong. He's just
And
doing
you're
his job.
ugly.
So wait, what beer were you toting around?
Always Bush. Always Bush, yeah. Ever since I've gotten
No, like
into the-
natural light or
Oh, dude, when times got tough, the Natty came out.
Oh, yeah.
When the
Oh, yeah.
Natter days, when the Natter days came
Natter
out,
days.
you know, those things, those went down just smooth.
Oh, yeah.
Smooth as gravy. But, so anyway, we're running and we're split. And I'm like a little worried now because I'm like, I don't know where any of my buddies are. And I just kept going. Like, I ran off of campus, which granted, it's not even a mile long campus. Like,
He ran a
I
quarter
ran
of a
like
mile.
200 feet off campus.
yeah. I ran 100 yards. But then there's this random tree line. So before you get to the actual alignment area, there's this tree line with a barbed wire fence for, I don't even know why, because you run another 100 feet and there's an open gate. But I took the tree line and the fence, and I literally army crawled underneath the barbed wire fence to get on the other side of it, because I was like, if I get off campus, the security guard can't do shit to me. I was also yeah,
dog.
I was also 21 at the time, so I was like, why am I really running? But like you said, it's just kind of that adrenaline thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm crawling under this barbed wire, and all of a sudden my sweatpants catch the barbed wire, and I get a huge hole ripped in my ass of my sweatpants. And I'm like, God damn it, dude. Like, not only should I not even be running because this is kind of dumb, but I just ripped my favorite sweatpants. And as I'm like in this tree line, this truck comes, and it's the security guard, and he shines his light across the whole lineman area like a spotlight. And I was just ducking in the trees, and then he goes away, and I was like, okay, I'm going to sit here for a little bit. And then I heard some noise to my right. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Who's coming after me? And at this point, I was like, I'm going to wait it out, see who it is. If it's a security guard, I'll just outrun him again. It's not a big deal, right? You know, run away and be like, oh, you're ugly. Trying to catch me again. But it turns out it was my roommate Malone, and he's coming up, and I go, Malone, and he was like, who is that? Who is that? And I was like, dude, it's me. So we meet up. And so this lineman area has like just random logs. There's like hay bales in this area. So what we did is we would run like 100 feet, hide behind a hay bale for no reason. There's like no one really watching us. And then we'd sit there for a little bit, catch our breath, and we would just sit there and be like, dude, this is so crazy. We're in so much trouble.
Hey, best part of the story? That security guard just went back.
That's what we thought. That's what we thought. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, Malone, we got to come up with a story. We got to come up with a story here. And so the whole time we're like kind of hiding, kind of running away. The truck comes back and we run to the next thing. We hide, spotlight goes, and we just like see it like shine over top of us, and we're like, oh dude, he can definitely see us. He saw us. We're screwed. Turns, goes away. The other guy that came with us, Brian, he's calling and texting us, and he's like, dude, I'm back in my dorm. There's 4 cop cars at the baseball field right now with their lights on.
Oh God.
And so at this point, I'm with Malone, and I'm like, dude, we need to get our story straight, because they're gonna come find us, and we need to be like, oh, it wasn't us, or like, we gotta have something.
Yeah.
So we finally make it off campus underneath another barbed wire fence. Didn't cut my pants that time, just made it under the fence. And I call my other roommate who decided to stay, and I was like, yeah, here's what's going on. You're smart. I don't know what that gut feeling was, but good for you, man. I need you to come pick us up. And so I'm calling him, and I'm like, pack us a new pair of clothes.
Oh my God.
Come pick us up. We're off campus. Like, I'll send you my location. So I drop a pin, and he on the phone, he goes, where the hell is that? He's like, I know we go to school in the middle of nowhere, but you are in the middle of nowhere. And what it is, to paint a picture, it's just this tall grass. And so we're hiding out in this tall grass, and some of the cops that actually like drove down there, kind of like circling around, like they were looking for us. When I tell you people in Pratt get bored, the cops get even more bored.
Oh yeah.
So we're like ducking down in this tall grass. They're not seeing us. My buddy Colt, I got him on the phone. He's like, I'm like at your location. Where are you guys? I can't see you. And I'm like, just keep driving. All right, stop. And he's like, dude, why am I stopped? Where are you guys? And then we just pop up out of this tall grass, and he was like, dude, it was so sick. It was like a SEAL Team 6 kind of situation.
That's exactly how I'm picturing it.
Yeah. And so we get in the car, and we're telling him the story, and we're like, bro, let's just go grab some food, kind of wait it out a little bit. So about an hour later, we head back to the dorm room, and all of a sudden, we just hear a fucking on our door. And my roommate Colt goes, well, you guys are fucked. And so it's set up like kind of apartment style. It's 2 rooms and then a living room. And he goes into his room and he locks his door, and he's like, good luck, boys. And so it's me and Malone, and I open the door, and the security guard's like, what the fuck did you guys think was gonna happen? Like, you thought you could get away with that? Like, I got you on camera, yada yada. And so, dude, like instantly I'm like kind of freaking out a little bit.
Sounds like you're living in a prison yard, Tauber.
Dude, that's what it was. I'm telling you, that's like what it was. And the security guard's like, this is probably the funniest part about the whole story. He goes, you guys think you're fast, but this is faster. And he points to his chest, and he's got a body cam on.
No.
And I was like, dog. So I look at him, and I was like, show me the footage. That's not us. Like, show me the footage. Prove that it's us. And he's like, I can't show you that footage. And I was like, then that's not us. And he like started getting pissed off, and he's like, all right, well, if we're going to play that game, let's just play this game. And he goes into my roommate's room, and he starts like digging through all of his crap. Like, he's opening up everything. Yeah. And the dorm parent, because that's what they had to do. The security guard couldn't come search a room without a dorm parent. So the dorm parent's there, and he was such a chiller, bro. Like, he would, I hope he doesn't work at Pratt anymore, because he would low key drink with us sometimes.
Your dorm parent?
No, just kidding. I don't
just got that guy fired from his Pratt gig.
No, I don't think he actually ever drank with us.
Pause.
But I'm sitting there, and I'm like, come on, man. Talking to the dorm parent. I won't drop his name, because I probably already dropped too much information on him. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, like, we're in college. People drink. Like, you know how it is. And he's like, I totally agree, but you're gonna have to bring it up with this guy. And so he's digging through our rooms, and he opens up my roommate's like drawer, and he had like all of his old Alto pods in there, like probably 20 packages, empty pods. I don't know why did people ever keep those? Like empty vapes. I don't know why people ever kept those. But then my roommate, it was like, I watched it happen, dude. It was like a light bulb just popped off in his head. And he goes, that's why we ran, because I had my vape and I was scared that you were going to catch me with my vape and it was going to be this whole thing. And while he's searching our room, we're having to like write down like a witness sheet or like what happened kind of thing. And
Jesus, this must be the bust of the century for these security guards.
Dude,
what the hell?
It totally felt like it. And the security guard goes, are you fucking kidding me? You ran because of
bitch made boy.
He was like, I called the cops on you guys. What do you think they're going to say when they figure out I called it in for a vape? And I was like, dude, we just got a little nervous. We took off. Like, we figured it was the right thing to do. And I called my roommate, and he's kind of like freaking out. Or not my roommate, sorry. The other guy that we went with, Brian. And he's like kind of like freaking out, like, dude, the cops are still here. Like, what do we do? And I'm like, I think we just got away with it, man. Malone just said it was a vape, and now they don't care at all. I think we paid a $25 fine. And the next day, our coach found out about it because, like I said, small town. Even if it wasn't a small town, coach probably hears about that. But we're in the weight room, and we finish our workout, and everyone leaves the weight room, and he pulls us three to the side, and he's like, boys, what the hell? What were you doing? And we were like, coach, like, we just wanted to go to the field. We were hanging out. Like, we had a vape. We got a little scared because, like, 2 weeks prior, we had a party get busted in our room, which is a whole nother story. And he was like, I mean, I just think it sounds a little sus, and I think you guys were drinking in the dugout or doing something illegal. And all three of us, like, on cue, were like, what, coach? No. Why would we do that's so dumb.
So the cat's out of the bag. Coach knows now.
Cat is out of the bag. Coach knows. I hope he listens to this because he's going to hear that story and be like,
it all makes sense.
That is just the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. But yeah, that's probably up there with my like top 5 JUCO stories.
Did you all make the Pratt County paper or what?
Yeah,
dude, no, because the cops just like dipped. I think he like radioed in and was like, yeah, it turns out it was a vape, and I'm sure the cops just got a huge laugh at that. Like jokes on the security guard. Like not
Boner
only
killer.
Yo, get this, Tob. Did you guys have this? So at Northwest we had like the student newspaper. I was a part of of like just the media team, but like not the newspaper. The newspaper would always drop who got DUIs over the weekend or MIPs or whatnot.
In the school newspaper?
Four names, like with names.
Yes.
Like J.D. Wessel with a
dude, they
MIP.
full on dropped that shit.
No way.
Yeah, that was always like, well, let's pick up the paper and see who's got a DUI this week.
No
it's like a
shot.
little game to play.
Bro, and it was always like there's always something or someone on the list, and you're just like, bro, what? Like that was like Maryville. That was like
Rigdon caught another MIP.
Yeah. no MIP for him, but no, there's definitely some dorm stories to be told,
dude,
man.
Yeah. I wanna hear more about this apartment party with Jordan Love.
I watched Jordan Love get arrested. Watched it.
Wait, Puka didn't get arrested?
Puka went to BYU.
Oh.
Puka's a good
cat.
faithful member.
But Jordan Love was the one that... Okay.
Jordan Love, on the other hand...
Are you going to give details or you...
Well, I don't really know details because
I
I was like leaving the party because the whole... And listen, Utah State, not a party school. Not whatsoever a party school. Like, maybe for Utah, which is maybe... Well, you guys know. You've been to Utah.
Dude,
but,
you always, like, before we went to your wedding, you're like, dude, like, nobody drinks here. It's lame. Like, it's nothing.
Well,
and we
compared to UNL and Maryville and maybe Pratt.
Nights. Yeah. Maybe
That's
Pratt. Pratt on the third Saturday
one
of
extra
every
30
month.
rack.
Like, yeah,
You
you guys found maybe the one random bar on a random karaoke
Dude,
night.
that was a good time,
That was
though.
fun.
It was fun, but
Kinsey
like...
stole a microphone.
She did. I do remember that.
Wait,
They still
so
got
we
it.
have a microphone for the pod that Kinsey can come and use.
I mean, it's wireless, so I don't know if we can connect it on here. Or not.
Well,
But, I mean, we
anything-
can give a shot.
It
It's
still
upstairs.
works in Logan.
Oh, it has wires. We don't want it.
no. Hey, anything
Wireless,
to do
we
with
want wires.
audio or video or anything that requires any brain cell, you got to count us out on that.
Yeah,
This setup right here is the best it's going to be.
I hate technology.
Dude,
anyways.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, go for it, Brooks.
No, but it was at this it's called Millennial Towers. It's like I don't know, I'd compare it to like the suites of UNL, like pretty, but it's not dorms, it's apartments. So they're really nice apartments. It's kind of where everyone lives after you like live in the dorms or whatever your freshman year. And the first floor was just kind of the party floor. I don't even know. It's like room 1, whatever. I don't know. But like you kind of just like apartment hop. Like that's literally the parties in Utah. Like you don't go to the bars, you don't go to huge house parties, you don't go to the fraternity parties because there's 4 fraternities there. And yeah, so we're just at this like, it was kind of actually low key at this Millennial Towers.
So you were like
party.
you were on the list.
I mean, you could say so.
Okay.
Did you talk to him at all? Like, did you say what's up? Did you introduce yourself?
Bro, you got to realize like he was a high caliber person. Like he was in the Heisman race. Not like actually, but like he was pretty freaking good at
In
Utah
Utah terms, this guy was in the Heisman race.
State. No, like he was a stud. He was a freak.
Well, how many people were at the apartment?
Maybe 25, 30. But I mean, I'd consider Jordan Love. He's a freak.
So like when
he went first round in NFL.
when he pulled up, like was it with
No, he
the
was
rest of the
already
football
there.
guys?
He was there. His girlfriend at the time, I don't know if they're still together or not. His girlfriend at the time, it was like, I think it was her apartment. But like this was like an apartment place where it's like you go in and out of like different rooms. Like, oh, this room kind of sucks, so like you just go in and out. And we were on the way out of a different one because the whole floor just smelled.
So what? You pull up to one room, they're smoking weed. You pull up to the next, they're having an orgy.
Yeah, it's just like
You really don't know what you're gonna get?
It's just what you want, you know,
Okay.
based on the night.
Do they
Whatever
have
your
like
vibe is.
signs, like secret codes?
Yeah.
So
Secret
you go by
knocks,
room
secret
number, and then
knocks.
what? They have like a Google Doc that's like,
Mhm. Yeah.
whatever you're into, come on down.
Yeah, they share
Yeah,
it to a
yeah,
group
yeah.
email every week.
Well, no wonder there's no bars down there. You guys all just go to the dorms and do whatever
Yeah.
you please.
No, but I honestly, like, we were just walking out and we knew some stuff was about to go down because the whole floor just smelled so, like marijuanas. And
that wacky tobacco.
oh my gosh, wacky. And we were just like, all right, let's leave. Because we were like going back to our dorm, I think. I don't even know. And the cops came in. And we actually were talking to the cops for a little while. Because they were like, you guys are a bunch of idiots. Not us. Like, they were just like, these people, like, I'm not kidding. The whole it's a huge apartment complex. And this one room was just making it smell so loud. Like, the whole apartment was just crazy. And the cop comes in and he's like, you guys are idiots. Like, he was just flabbergasted and arrested everyone pretty much that had like.
Damn.
But Jordan Love, you can look it up. Like, it was literally a few weeks, I want to say, before the draft. And I don't know how he got let go. I think they like got a warrant for his blood. I'm not even kidding. It was crazy because Utah cops are kind of the same, like Pratt, especially in Logan. Like, you get bored.
They keep you honest.
Oh my gosh.
They keep you honest.
Like, yeah.
Hey, what was that county bank we were yelling at on the way home from the karaoke bar in Utah for your wedding?
Cash Bank.
The Cache County Bank.
I don't know.
We're gonna rob the Cache County Bank, gentlemen.
That
Guys,
was a
we
good
were-
time.
we
That
were-
was a good
dude,
time.
that
Bro,
was
that was so fun. But
that was the best time.
The drinks at that karaoke bar were like 0% alcohol.
Well,
I
it's
remember.
Utah.
Oh yeah,
You got to remember, it's
Yeah, but
Utah.
no
Well,
way
it's
the alcohol is
alcohol,
actually
like-
dude,
different.
that's why
No,
you
it's
get
not, but,
yourself a
like,
straight fireball shot.
I
just
guarantee.
straight to the
I
heart.
guarantee a barista, like a bartender, a barista, a bartender isn't going to be making drinks like a bartender in the Midwest.
They got soft
Yeah.
pours, no heavy pours.
Like, it's just like they
Brooks,
don't
you
know.
just love to downplay it. Like
I'm not downplaying. You guys went and you guys just said that
I-
the alcohol there was completely different.
dude. That was a good time, especially
Like
with those.
Barrett and Carson were sipping. I think they drank like 10 Jack and Cokes, and
Yeah.
we're totally fine.
Yeah.
Don't you love those people that go to karaoke bars and they like just try and steal the show?
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
Like those
love
people,
that.
they go
Those
like
people-
3 or 4
Dude.
times, and you're like, okay,
That
like,
dude made out with
dude.
3 different chicks.
Because we made him.
Yeah,
At the end
that's
of
true.
every
We
song,
were-
bro, we hooked him up.
hey, whoa, what was the song that one guy sang?
Crane just won.
It's
Good
like,
dub.
I can ride my bike with,
With
no
no
handlebars.
Oh, that was
No
no
handlebars.
And it got kind of sinister. Like,
that was
Yeah, it was a little different. And then you
everyone
had
was
that
kind of
other-
on edge. They're like, wait, is
Yes.
this guy, this
He's
guy
like-
good?
He's like, clap for me. Start clapping your hands right now. The song is over. And then the next guy
Oh,
gets up
man.
there and he's like, pour some sugar on me. And then he
Oh,
makes
dude, that
out with the
was-
girl. Next song, makes out with another girl.
God, that was
That's when you
wild.
knew Utah was special.
Yeah,
Seriously.
for real.
Colby, speaking of the college memories, we kind of touched on it
Oh,
last
no.
episode.
Yeah, I'll
Run us back on this Oklahoma State game, because I think the people kind of want to know.
Yeah, I'll start from the beginning because that'll kind of give you some background. So my freshman year, I was a Sunday starter for I believe 3 weekends. Wasn't the best showing as a starting pitcher. So go into a Frisco Classic tournament down in Frisco, Texas, and we're playing Texas Tech, and Coach Darren Erstad comes up to me, just tosses me my glove and says, "Go get hot." This was with 2 outs in the inning. It was the top of the 9th with 2 outs. Tossed my glove. He's like, "Go get hot." So I sprint my ass down to the bullpen. I throw probably 3 pitches and spiked every single one of them. Went into the game. That was the first time I ever closed.
And you said, fuck it, coach, I'm warm.
Basically,
me in.
like there. I mean, I did play first like that whole day,
Yeah.
so like I was
Yeah.
warm. It wasn't
I'm
like I was
ready.
just sitting on the bench.
Dude, that's
but-
when you were full dog, like running that first base pitcher mix.
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of everything. So whatever I closed that game, we win. They were like a top 10 team, I think, at the time. So it was like kind of hype. Like it was a huge win for the boys. Like we were just all sorts of fired up. So after that, I just closed for the entire season. I play first, get 6 warm-up throws in the top of the 9th or the whatever is bottom of the 8th, and just go chuck it as hard as I possibly can. So we get to, and I did really well. Like good season. All around, like All-American, that kind of stuff. Fast forward to regionals. At the end of the year, we are in the Oklahoma State Regional, which was supposed to be played at their home field. I can't remember exactly what happened. I don't know if there's like a rainstorm or something, but the field wasn't good. So we played at, I believe it was called Bricktown, I don't know. Something, Brick Street State or Bricktown Stadium. I don't know what it was. But we're playing them, and we are winning. And they're obviously the host, so they're a top-tier team. We're winning by, I think, 3. And this is, I'm playing first, go get hot. Same routine, everything, right? I go into the game, get the first guy out. I'm like, feeling myself like, this shit is easy.
And you got like the Conor McGregor swag on the mound.
Like, I'm pumped. I'm motherfucking him in my
yeah.
head, like everything. I want to say there was an error. Like somebody got on base, and then I let up like a 2-run or like a double or something. So they scored up by 2. They somehow scored again, got another out. They scored again, so it was a tie game, I think, or it was something like that. Tie game, and I can't remember what his first name is. Maybe Aaron Boone or something like that. Boone, who was at the time the best hitter in the Big 12 conference, led the entire Big 12 in home runs, batting average.
You want to talk about
RBIs,
dog.
like everything, like
That
literally
boy's a beefcake.
literally the best hitter in the Big 12. And I threw, I think it was 22 fastballs in a row. Didn't throw a single curveball, which was arguably my best pitch. Didn't throw any of them. Threw him threw him a first pitch fastball, and he absolutely shit on this baseball. So in the stadium, if you can picture this, picture like a high-rise fence in left field with bleachers and like a bar, like kind of back. And above that, there's little piers, whatever, with the name of the stadium up there, Bricktown Stadium or whatever it is. This motherfucker put a hole in the B. He hit it, shit you not, 500 feet.
So he turned the B.
Smoked the
He
B.
turned the B into the D, And he
Literally,
gave you it.
Literally though, he did.
Bro.
He absolutely cranked this ball. My first thought was, God, I hope that goes foul. Did not go foul.
Lost
didn't
the
he,
game.
Didn't even have a chance to go foul.
No, not even close. It was just one of those, like, I really hope this goes foul, even though I knew it
Foul
wasn't.
maybe 200 feet.
Colby, I still remember it like it was yesterday, like just watching on TV. You just go into the crouch position.
Yeah, it's that was the first real like gut punch that I got. Like that was like the first like humbling moment probably in my entire baseball career. That was like, damn, I really I choked it. Like I really fucked that up. So fast forward, that happens. Suicide watch for probably the next month or two.
What did the DMs look like? Did you get any DMs?
Death threats. I got freaking death threats on Twitter.
No way.
Death threats by every Nebraska fan
That
ever
might have
saying
been
that I should kill myself.
That might have been my burner.
The burner.
Yeah, it was probably Brooks.
That might have been
Yeah,
me.
Brooks makes 20 burners.
Listen,
It got
here's
so bad that my aunt, all the way out in Oregon, was obviously following. Like she knew she would respond back to these people and basically just call him a piece of shit. Like you're yelling at an 18, 19-year-old kid telling him to kill himself because he lit up a home
can you
run."
please say something?
Yeah,
And
I
here's
texted, I
the
was like,
family
"Oh."
group chat's going crazy.
Yeah,
there's always like those fans that are like way out of pocket.
dude.
And Nebraska fans just take it up another notch. Like, don't get me wrong, there's the fan support is good, but like with any fan base, you're gonna have those people that are just off the hinges.
Yeah,
100%. Dude, I remember being at Pratt too when that happened, and everyone was like, "Yeah, F Nebraska, yada yada yada," and I was like, "Bro, that was my best friend that was pitching that game," and they're like, "No shot."
Yeah, so that happened. Fast forward, it's sophomore year, COVID happens, right? So we play 3 weekends or whatever, season gets banged. At the time, we're getting ready to leave for a road trip, and our coach is like, weekend's canceled. So in our heads, we're like, fuck yeah. Like he's like, no practice, no nothing. We're like, fuck yeah, dude, we got a weekend off. Like, we don't have this ever. So of course we go home and just get absolutely obliterated. Like, throw a party, whatever. Wake up the next morning to a text, be like, hey, team meeting at 10. Go in there, they're like, yeah, your season's canceled. Like, you're done. Like, we're just not doing anything. We're like, well, do we practice? Like, do we do anything? He's like, no, you can't even be at the field. Like, you have to take what you need and you can't come back, essentially. That happens. Later on, go to summer ball. They TCL, they got this COVID league together. You had to be tested every week or blah, 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 blah. That was peak COVID, right? Go there, and of course, there's fucking 5 guys on the Oklahoma State baseball team on my team.
The Pokes.
And right when we get there, literally the first 10 minutes of being on the field, we're wearing our Nebraska gear, they're wearing the Oklahoma State gear. They come up, we're just introducing, right? Just meeting the guys. They come up to us and they're like, Nebraska? We're like, yep. Like, who's the guy that lit up the home run in the regional? And Cam Chick, my buddy who I went there with, he just died laughing and just looked at me, and they the guys just realized it right away. They're like, oh shit, that was
so they were being serious.
They had no idea it was me. They were just genuinely asking, just being
yeah,
oh, you remember that? And I was like, yeah, I fucking remember it. It was me.
Yeah.
So after that, honestly, that's probably the first joke that really got us super close. Honestly, that was probably Tulsa, Oklahoma is a horrible place. I would never recommend you go there ever. It's awful.
They say that about Oklahoma City too.
It's awful. It's the worst place ever. Literally the worst. But that was the most fun summer that I've ever had. Just literally playing baseball, going to the casino, drinking, and doing
So you were a big
literally
leaguer.
nothing.
You were a big leaguer for the summer.
Yes, and it was we played at a AAA ballpark, so it was nice. We had managers, we had field crew, we had everything. So there was no it was literally you were in the big leagues. They give you gear, bats, helmet, everything. It was sick. It was so dope. But yeah, that's my story about how I got absolutely shit on my freshman year of college. Damn,
Colby, that's tough, bro. But well, I guess at least you came back from it, right, kid?
I don't know.
Still some scars there, or what?
Yeah, it's some that I'll never forget. But the worst part is after that, I didn't hit for 2 years. I literally only pitched, and then I had 2 shoulder surgeries, so I missed basically a year and a half. So that sucked. And then senior year, I actually got to come back and swing a stick, play a little bit of first base again. So that was fun. But it was up and down career to say the least. But
How would you compare it to 9/11? In the most respectful aspect possible.
the correct answer is like a 1, but but in the way that I felt, it was like a 10.
Thank you for listening in to the Greenhouse Gas Podcast. Give us a follow, Greenhouse Gas Podcast, at Instagram, at Twitter, at YouTube, at TikTok. We got it all, guys.
Yeah, and hit up our Gmail. Hit up our Gmail. If you guys want to be on the podcast, it's greenhousegaspod@gmail.com. Go ahead, shoot us an email, hop on the pod.
And LinkedIn.
LinkedIn too.
Stay sweet.
So full